Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we have a brand new event. And this new event for Idle Heroes is unlike any we've seen before. Yes, we've got wishing coins, we've got Sky Labyrinth, but the way the rewards work this week are very unusual. However, if you play this optimally, and you're smart with your rewards and how you approach this event, even if you're a free-to-play player, you can walk away with some absolutely incredible rewards. And actually, this week, if you don't get anything good, it's a skill issue as opposed to not spending your money. So today we're going to be talking about this week's event and how to get the most out of it on your account. However, before we do, let me tell you about the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup. If you haven't heard of the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup, it's the best way to play PvP in a balanced, competitive setting for Idle Heroes. We host it here on my channel, and the big event is happening next weekend. Sign-ups are closing on Sunday, so if you've got a team ready and you are like, oh, MK, I didn't know the IHXC was next weekend, well, you've got until Sunday to sign up. If you've never heard of the IHXC before, go check out my live playlist here on YouTube, and you can go ahead and check out the live streams that have happened, or just tune in next weekend for our live streams here on YouTube. So keep a lookout for the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup, and if you're curious about any rules and what you need, I'll put in the description a link to the rules page so that you know how to build a team if you want to take part in future tournaments. Anyway, folks, with all that said, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, every day for logging in, we've got a Sky Labyrinth event, so we get 15 Mithril Pickaxes, but we're also getting 2 Celebration tickets, and that's really cool, because this is the resource we need to get the most out of this week's event. So it's extremely exciting that DH Games have given it as a daily login reward. You're getting 14 of these tickets throughout the week. That's kind of crazy. Also, a Super Wishing Coin is in there as well. The main part of this week's event is the cool rewards, and we're going to start with the value packs. These are giving you gems, pickaxes, and wishing coins, all very standard, and DH Games have even been generous enough to throw in treasure coupons as well. On top of that, we've got our Starry Gem packages, which allow you to buy this not with money, but with contract Starry Gems instead. So this is all very, very standard. Sky Labyrinth this week, they have slightly changed the rewards. You don't just get your normal stuff, but you're also getting these celebration tickets for every 2 floors you complete. Now, a free-to-play player should expect to get to floor 6 if you spend some gems on pickaxes. So that's 3 extra tickets that you could be getting this week. So that's 17 if you include the 14 you get for logging in. On top of that, we've got our mysterious chests. These are typically not great value. I wouldn't encourage you to pick these up, as your gems are better served in other events, such as this week's event, where you need 20,000 gems. So we'll take a look on what that's all about in a second. However, if you are a newer player, you might be tempted to pick up the bottom level of rewards, although that would entirely depend on how many gems you've got spare. I'd argue it's better to save than go crazy spending. But of course, if you're a newer player with a huge surplus of gems, I mean, look at me, I've got 270,000, then yeah, I suppose you could get the 8k chest. If on the other hand you're saving gems, it might only be worth picking up the hero promotion stones and the scrolls. This is always good value, and I like to grab it if you need them. Finally, we've got our Wishing Fountain event, and this is actually not very good. There's nothing about the new tickets in here. There's no extra bonuses for doing Wishing Fountain, so thankfully we don't have to engage with this. And I say thankfully because a lot of us are pretty short on wishing coins at the moment, so it's kind of nice to have a week where we don't have to blow all our wishing coins to get the top stuff. So let's go take a look at the main event. We have the Merry Carnival, and this is just simply 3 areas. It's really clean how DH Games have done this. It starts off with the Celebration Scratch Card. You use these tickets to get a scratch card, and you have the numbers 1 to 9 randomly organized here. Then your goal here is to pick a line, a column, a diagonal, whichever makes most sense, and then you're going to add together the total of the numbers. The total of those numbers will then get you corresponding rewards, and you can see it's extremely different. It's much more difficult to get a small number like a 6 or a really big number like a 24 because you need 8, 9, and 7 all in line with each other. So you're probably thinking, okay, I'm just going to scratch all these away and just choose the best series of numbers that get me the most rewards. However, DH Games have made this a little more difficult. You only have 3 attempts to scratch. So what you want to do is set up the best scenario you can so that you can logically deduce where the higher tier rewards are. Now that is easier said than done, and I will be releasing a video that breaks down exactly how I do that, but a quick look into this to show you how this works. Straight up, we start with an 8. Always go now to the middle because that will tell you what everything else is connected to. And we have here a 5. Now 8 plus 5 is 13. So the best result we could get in this last one is a 9, and that would take us to 22, which would get us 420 tickets. That could be tempting, so perhaps we should scratch the end here to see if that's the case. There we go, it's a 2, so that's a total of 15, which is 105. That's not very good. However, we have revealed a 2, and 2 could potentially combine with 1 and 3 to get the best result here. So I'm actually going to scratch up here to see if we can get some more information. Okay, that's a 4. So actually we've now got something interesting. With 4 and 2, that totals to 6. But the lowest one now could be a 1, which would take us to 7, and 7 only gives 84. That's not very good. So what other options have we got? Well, we've got 5 and 4 here, that totals to 9, but if you add anything else there, it's just going to result in one of these middling numbers. That's not very good either. So here, I actually think our best option is to go for this column with the 8, because there is a very good chance that 6 and 9 are here with this, and that could actually get us some really nice stuff. Now, we don't know where the number 1 is. If the 1 is in this column, it's not very good, but unfortunately we can't scratch anymore, and this has the highest chance of getting us the most rewards. So I'm going to confirm in on this, and we're going to see what we get. It's 9. Oh, and it's the 1. That was very unlucky. If instead the 7 was over there, we'd have got something really spicy. In fact, 9 was here, and it was 957 in the middle, which totaled to 21, but even that was terrible. So a lot of these results didn't end up being very good. So let's go ahead and try again. This time we've got a 6. We're going to scratch away the middle. 1. Okay, that's very, very interesting, as if 1 combines with 2, we get something nice. However, we've got 7 here. The best we could get is 9 for a total of 280. That's pretty interesting, but I'm actually going to go ahead and scratch over here, because that'll reveal more about this 1. Okay, that's going to be a 1 with a 9, but I think what's more exciting is 9 with a 6, because if down here we have a 7 or an 8, we're in for a treat. And we do have a 7. Oh my word, that's going to be 967, which is going to be a really, really good amount of these flags. You can see here, we're going to get ourselves 420. So you're always looking to find the best possible result, and you're always chasing a group of large numbers or really small numbers. Generally, the stuff in the middle isn't very good, so just scratch cards that allow you to deduce the best result. And you can see by doing that, we were able to figure out a really good row there, and that ended up being the best row on the board. It sounds quite complicated, and I will be releasing a video that just walks you through me doing a lot of scratch cards, just so you can get inside my head and how I think when I do that. The reason this is all very important is the flags that you pick up are used in a shop here to get rewards. And also, for every scratch card you use, you get a spotty pink flag as well. It's important to note that these spotty flags are actually used for the really top rewards. Now, considering that these tickets are really easy to get, you should definitely be picking up a lot of these things. And the nice thing is as well, you can spend 20,000 gems to get even more tickets. There are 1,000 gems each. So if you've got yourself 20,000 gems, you could just spend it all on tickets and then go ahead and see how many of the flags you can pick up. And then with all those tickets, you're going to be picking up 14 for logging in, you're getting additional 3 from Star Expedition, you're getting 20 there from spending gems. That's easily enough to pick up 2 lots of these 18 flag chests. That's really nice. Now, if you play really, really, really suboptimally and you end up with only 3,200 flags, then womp womp, you can only pick up 2 artifacts. Now, that's still pretty good. 2 artifacts for 20,000 gems is very, very nice. However, if you play well, you can actually get to 6,400 flags. That is totally doable as a free-to-play player, and you can grab yourself Origin artifact chests. That is super exciting. I don't think we've had Origin artifact chests as easily available for free-to-play players as this. All you need is 20,000 gems and some decent skill with the scratch cards, and you can pick up 2 of these. This is fantastic. This contains some of the best artifacts in the game. Being able to unlock Deific Ruyi Scepter, being able to get the really, really strong Antlers Cane, Breath of Forest Spirit, those are such good rewards for your account. And I think a free-to-play player being able to get their hands on a Deific Ruyi Scepter is absolutely crazy. So if you can grab this and get yourself the exotic Grimoire, you can go to the blacksmith and upgrade your Ruyi Scepter to a Dragon Ruyi. That is phenomenal. And if you're able to get to 9600 of the stripy flags, then you can go ahead and get yourself Sublimation, a core chest, or even Spiritual Essence. That's a really difficult choice in my opinion. I actually prefer the artifacts here for free-to-play players because you can get core chests and Sublimation all the time as a free-to-play player. But Origin stuff? That's pretty rare. So I'm not sure if DH Games are showing their hand here a little bit and saying, hey, we're going to make these Origin artifacts easier to grab, or maybe this is just them being generous and letting free-to-play players get Origin artifacts easily this week. And if you're stupidly lucky and you get to 12,800 flags, which is probably unlikely, you can even get yourself some Destiny materials. If that's you, if you get to that point, congratulations, because it means as a free-to-play player, you can get yourself Destiny materials just by getting very lucky at the scratch cards. So I couldn't tell you what to go for here. You're going to have to make that decision for yourself, but there's lots of great stuff here that free-to-play players can get. And if you're wondering what this end chest is, well, this is the fancy stuff for soul stars, which you can get once a hero has reached Nirvana. Now, okay, I think a lot of people are going to get to this point, especially if you buy the relay, because actually the relay is giving you 30 of these celebration tickets, and it also doubles the rewards from Sky Labyrinth. And the game specifically doesn't stop us from getting double tickets from Sky Labyrinth either. So you're able to double the number of tickets you get from there too, which is pretty nice. So you can get a heck of a lot of them, and that should mean that if you buy the relay, you're actually able to get not 2 lots of these 18 chests, but 4 lots of these 18 chests, which is why they all limit 4. So theoretically, if you spent $100 on this relay, you're not just getting chests here that contain stellar shards and crystals of transcendence, you're actually potentially getting yourself an opportunity to get a lot of these resource chests, perhaps 4 chests here that contain Star Soul stuff, or perhaps even 4 chests that contain Destiny items. So I think spenders here can spend an easy $100 and pick up a ton of rewards, but it's only really worth it if you're smart at the scratch cards. So yeah, if you've kind of got this on lock and you know what you're doing, you can get some really, really nice rewards. And yeah, if you're a free-to-play player, you can pick up a couple Origin artifact chests or a couple Sublimation chests, and that also sounds pretty good. So I think my opinion for this week is spend $100 on the relay and go in that way, or don't spend anything at all. Either way, you're probably going to want to spend 20,000 gems to pick up these celebration tickets, and just aim for those really top pointers, like 8 points here or 9 points for 280. That's still pretty good. And just aim to get the best number of these flags you can from each scratch, and hopefully it'll come to a massive total where you're able to get some really nice rewards. Now, what's crazy is you are able to also use these stripy flags for either food here, you can get 9 stars, 10 stars, but what's brilliant is they've added treasure train chests. Now, yes, you do have to spend a small number of flags first, however, you can get yourself an orange chest here that contains every festival-exclusive treasure train item that has ever been added to the game. And that's huge because it includes the ones available from 2023. Including Encapsulated Memories. And if you don't know what Encapsulated Memories is, it is the best treasure train item DH Games have ever produced. I have one here at 5-star because of how good it is, and it offers crit damage for Transcendence heroes. This is a crazy stat. It allows you to build Transcendence heroes in many, many brilliant ways because you don't have to rely on a crit attack stone or crit imprints. You can let the Encapsulated Memories do the heavy lifting. So this is fantastic if you're able to get this on your account, and even free-to-play players should be able to pick one of those up this week. And that's got a lot of people extremely excited, because all you need is 8,750 green tickets. And if you know what you're doing, that shouldn't be hard at all. And if you don't high roll, if you only get about 7,500, you can still get yourself a normal orange chest here as well. And that's still not a bad reward to grab at all. There's some hero token stuff in here, like the Lady Sunshine hat or the Soul Conjuring Flute, both of which are also pretty great to get. For any remaining spotty flags you also have a chance to pick up Cores of Transcendence here, which immediately gives you your 1,000 gems back if you were planning on spending, because 1,000 gems for a core is extremely normal value. And if you're wondering what to spend your stripy flags on, if you just need to get up to the bonuses to unlock orange chests, then look no further than this chest here. This is giving Stellar Shards, Crystals of Transcendence, or any of the things you want from here. I'd probably just go for Stellar Shards, but yeah, it's a pretty solid chest and it's extremely cheap. It's 125 to pick up one that contains only 12,000 Stellar Shards. So a lot of stuff available here, and I think the event's going to be really fantastic for pretty much everybody. So go ahead and spend your stripy flags, get some nice stellar shards from there, get yourself some orange chests on top of that, or even pink chests if you wanted to push super far. Yes, the festival items from last year are in here as well, the ones that improve all damage dealt for Transcendence heroes, so that could be very tempting too. And then when it comes to the last stuff here, just see what you can grab. If you can get some Star Stole stuff, that's nice. Destiny stuff, even the Origin chests are great. So a lot of stuff here for everybody, and I really hope this event is not a one-time thing. I'd love to see something like this in the future. So yeah, really, really simple event, but brilliantly rewarding, and I think it's actually going to be one of these events where a lot of people do spend $100, and if you don't, you're still getting some really nice stuff. Next week, we have the Card Clash of Illusion making its way back into the game, so this will be a fun one to do. I really enjoy doing Card Clash, so yeah, can't wait to get some really crazy rewards from here. So folks, good luck this week. Let me know what rewards you can get, and let me know if you're going to high roll those scratch tickets. And if you're still not sure how to do well with those scratch tickets, I will be releasing a video very soon, just working you through how I think when I do them, just to give you some tips and pointers. And hopefully that sets you up in the right direction for this week. If in doubt, just wait for that video. And I promise you, it will clear a lot of things up. And if it doesn't, well, hopefully you can just still save up a lot of the scratch stuff and do it later in the week once you've got a better idea. And don't forget, the Idle Heroes 10-Star Cup is going to be next weekend. So stay tuned for the live streams as they will happen here on YouTube very soon. Until next time, folks, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, have an amazing week and happy idling.